Hello, hello. Here it's a business doctor. We are going here into the roots, not only treating symptoms. And today topic is what my doc taught me about entrepreneurship. Actually, more he taught me than 15 years in corporate and an MBA. And you're gonna learn about it with this tool. We're going to the roots, and I will tell you a story. So we got a dog, and basically, I was training that dog to get a little bit more of thinking while doing, while eating. And, it brought me this Nobel Prize. I call it my mini Nobel Prize ideas that I want to share with you because it explains exactly why moving from entrepreneurship from corporate warrior into the entrepreneur sometimes feels like being stuck. And not only corporate warriors are being stuck, the entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs as well. And the stuckness is this something that is stopping us from moving into where we want. And today I want to tell you that the things that they physically look very simple are so difficult neurologically or physically. So I want to explain you this, and I want to make you this big aha moment. So here we go. So dog training and this tool, and I was thinking that it looks so familiar into how do we live in the world of corporate. And actually, for a little tip, the brain of the entrepreneur is differently wired than the brain of the corporate warrior. And it doesn't matter if you're watching me as a corporate warrior or entrepreneur, the both it's very important because it's related into the future ready today. For you being ready for tomorrow, not tomorrow or in few weeks, but today. And why we think we're doing the right things, but we are not doing the right things. So let's go back into this tool. So there is a two levels. So normally our dog was receiving the food in the bowl for over the year. He's a 1 year, so he was like 10 months. And since a couple of days, I came up with this idea. I want to train him to, this is the intellectual puzzle. I like to call it intellectual puzzle. So my dog becomes a little bit more intelligent. So we got this tool, and it's very simple tool. You just literally press the button and the food comes here. Okay. And then you can see, and the dog comes and just, put up the nose and take the food. It looks so simple. So basically, the first things, the dogs are, I tell you I'm not the dog expert, so I'm purely talking about how strong are the habits and programming and the way we're doing things, and how simple things are hard. Why the simple things are so hard. So basically, this tool requires combination of actually searching, thinking, experimenting, and opening up. So he has to put his nose, open up, and then he also has to go all around to search for a food. That's the level 1. Okay, he got that level 1. So he goes and open and is able to do that after 1 week. And the second thing is that the more difficult one, when actually the simple thing of taking an action and pressing this button for a dog so the food comes up. It's the step. So basically what he's doing, he's walking around sniffing and waking and giving it up. And this morning we started to laugh and talked about it, that it's literally a space of corporate and the entrepreneur mindset. I'm not talking about where you work. I'm talking about the mindset. The mindset where for most of the time, my dog, like me, I spent 15 years in the corporate world, was receiving a salary every single month. And it was coming on the table in the particular time and moment. It was always there. And suddenly, when you become the entrepreneur, or the salary is gone, so you do not have that. And we associated that with the safety. We associated this with the predictability. We associated this with the comfort and being able to have everything. What we want and what comes. It's like predictability. We know what it's coming on the 15th or 1st of every single month. And my dog was the same. So we're looking at the dog and thinking like, why it's so difficult for him to actually put the paw and press this to see the food going out of this machine. And he really struggled with that. He still is not there. We're training them, but made me to think. Basically, of course, the first thing is the neurobiologically how we are being wired. So even if he sees, he smells, he look at it, and he's being trained to do it, and he gets a reward, it takes time to behave differently. It takes repetition. It takes the different way of thinking, being, and living. That's why we talk so much about being a different person. And for anyone who is entrepreneur and say, oh, I'm entrepreneur, I have a different mind. So basically, the stuckness moment in your habitual being, it's exactly the same pattern. So, for example, if you are making 500,000 or you make 1 million even a year, you at some point stuck in the plateau. This is the point of the stuckness when we're doing the habitually, but we cannot come over the, you can call it glass ceiling, something we internally are already, something we habituated and we programmed to behave in certain way. So think about it, that this food, it's there. And you know what, it's funny, he was lying on the floor, and the full bowl was waiting for him. He was literally standing and waiting for him. And you observe this dog walking around, and you're thinking like, seriously, just press the button. Press it. And you think like, seriously, you know how to press. You show him 1 million times. He knows, we know what to do. Like, just press that button. And he doesn't. Why does matter for you? Because in the world where we are going and heading right now, which is the AI world, and I'm not talking only about the AI, because it's going to be quantum, is going to be something else that we will come up with. The change is fast, the things are fast, but our brains are stuck in the certain way of thinking and being, because it's not only thinking. Of course, thinking creates being, and we attach into these identities. And it's so challenging for us to move out of that. And surprise or not, or you may be feeling this, that's why we have so much of the burnouts and fears. And not only in corporate world, we have also them in the entrepreneurship world. Because everything is changing, we have to change and not even adapt. We have to create the new things. We have to assess the risk. We have to try. We have to experiment. But our system and our habits thinks, okay, the food is here. I'm going to get in the certain way the food, and I keep doing that. But now it's not about I keep doing that. And it's about your skills. It's about the way how you're doing things, how you're performing, and where it comes from. It's about adapting, but it's even more creating and changing and experimenting. How often do you experiment? How open you are for failing, for looking not smart and making like mistakes. So for all the corporate warriors turning entrepreneurs, looking at this and thinking there is a plenty out there, clients, opportunities waiting for you to use and be and create differently, because the old techniques, old tools don't work. And being a future ready today, for all the corporate warriors, it's exactly the same, because you don't know what job will be the next one you will be doing. You don't have to become entrepreneur, but you have to have that kind of mindset. But now we're even going beyond the entrepreneurship mindset, because we're going into the involved mindset, to not being able to not being stuck in the entrepreneurship mindset, but being moved beyond and creating in the future. So the simple tool created such a beautiful picture of understanding. It is simple. It is simple to create the businesses. It is simple to get promotions. It is simple to get the new jobs. But we're not doing them. Why? Why? You can answer yourself this question, and we all like this. Human is a habitual being. We are all programmed in a certain way for certain things. But now we have to reprogram ourselves into being this exponential, creative person, entrepreneur who can get stuck and unstuck literally in seconds. So I mentioned to you that the brains are built differently. So yes, the risk assessment for the entrepreneurs is a little bit higher, and also the space of analysis and cognitive thinking and being faster, so they are able to they just wire differently. But it's not about that the brain is different, it's just wired differently, and we can all rewire. But the next time when you will be looking at the toy or somebody struggling with the simple things, think twice. It's so easy to say, like, I'm here live because I want to connect with you. I want to be live. I also believe that being live is beneficial for me and for you. But of course, you see I'm not pretending to be perfect. I'm not pretending to have a great understanding on everything. You will see my emotions. You will see my sometimes confusion. But it's me in full spectrum. When you see this perfect, when your brain see this perfect things and see this perfect picture somewhere there, it's shut down. So for me, this podcast is for the people to open up, to try, to be okay with not being perfect and not being stuck in trying. Because the full stuckness in the space where you are right now, and it doesn't matter where you are, it really doesn't matter. We all get stuck and comfortable in no matter which space we are. So as soon as you get stuck, the creativity, the action, the vision, the ideas, but also the ability to show up as you are and being okay with making mistakes and being okay looking foolish and being okay, looking at something and somebody will tell you, that's so easy. So I have a comments for people telling me like, oh, it's so easy to go live. You could do this and you could do this better. And I'm saying like, try it. Try it. I have done in my life probably like 500 live videos, but I haven't done anything on the YouTube yet in the longer term. So yes, it's new to me. And it takes courage, it takes vulnerability, it takes also the ability to see yourself where you are right now and not being stuck in that. So today, this podcast is really dedicated into overcoming this, but also seeing and having a compassion. So I have a compassion, but I also had this aha moment about our dog and laugh at me sometimes when I'm getting stuck in my own entrepreneurship corporate ex-warrior. Yes, exactly. That's a great point. Knowing what to do doesn't guarantee you the results. And this is something which we will talk more about here. It's having that mindset, that involved mindset, that mindset that I will do it. I don't know if it's going to bring anything. I don't know if it's going to be a huge success. I don't know, but I'm going to do it anyway. So how often we stop asking a questions, how often do you say, oh, I won't do it because I don't know if it's not gonna work? What if not gonna work? Then it's not gonna work. Then you create something else, you create more. Or don't give it up, just redesign and try it again. But especially this is difficult for people who already achieved the career. Like, I have been corporate warrior for 15 years, and I've been working at the biggest bank in Switzerland with a great career. I was the head of innovation, my identity. And I was very successful, but I knew that there is more. So stepping out of this, there is more, it pushed me to start my own business. And I will share with you more what I have learned from both worlds and what we can learn from both and what we can take into the next level, which is not going to be in between the worlds, but it's going to be more of future ready today. And it won't be really important what you do if you're entrepreneur or if you're a corporate warrior. It will be just a future ready, and that's what will be the most important for going forward. Future ready today, the involved creator, I like to call them. I do also the BA about that to bring more of the academic level. Yeah. Okay. If you have any questions and specific thoughts you want to come, I will be also answering questions here on this podcast about the humans. Questions that most of the humans want to ask and secretly ask ChatGPT or AI, and doesn't want to know the answer or hear the answer or ask the human the answer. So I'm going to share those answers with you as well. Why we humans doing things and why we not doing things and why we are stuck and why we are not stuck and how to actually get unstuck and how to create this as a permanent change of explorer of you remember when you were a child? Yes, you were curious. You were like trying. You didn't know if the tower you building gonna be successful or how big it is or what will bring you. You were just involved in the process of creating. And we want to go back there. Create that involved. The involved space and creation will get you unstuck in minutes, not months, not years, and minutes. Challenging yourself, challenging status quo, and creating with people the future. So let me know what you think about our beautiful doc experience. Next time when you see somebody doing something new, which they're not doing, say to him, hey, awesome, well done, cool, great, I'm proud of you. And do it as well. Rather than saying like, you could do this better, because we told people that it's so, you could do this, you could do that, but so why are you not doing it? Have a compassion, have a joy, and really navigating in the unknown is one of the most challenging spaces we're going to, and one of the biggest future ready opportunities. So we want to master that. You want to master that. See you on Monday on the next podcast. And we start with one of the really important questions that humans ask. See you. Have a beautiful day and looking forward to hear from you.